Alright, so recently did a trailer reaction for One Bedroom, and it had me intrigued from the standpoint of it did ask a lot of important questions, and I now have the answers. Alright, switching things up here. So, it's going to be a spoiler-filled review. It's not going to be a scene-by-scene breakdown, okay? But it will definitely contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. If you're still here, this basically is girl rents a one-bedroom apartment, hey, hence the title, in LA, with really super nice people that, of course, aren't. And hilarity ensues. Alright, we start off with likes, and I always like a good cult. You know? And basically this is what this was. The nice people are all part of a cult, and it's a cult that's, kind of, well, you gotta be brainwashed to get indoctrinated, that's always good, as opposed to just doing it willingly, which is always a problem, because willing members of a cult are so much better than ones you've brainwashed into it. Nonetheless, but it's a cult built on the idea of community, as opposed to, self-interest, which is odd, to say the least. Nonetheless, I do like the cult. That's a weakness, I'll admit it. Second of all, and even though you really only got it towards the end, a lot of the gore effects were good. Very good. Very well done. So I'll definitely give credit for that. Not a lot more. Okay, it's dislikes time, and we can have a nice little argument about this, and there has been arguments about it before. This may or may not actually be a horror movie, depending upon your definition of horror. So, being brainwashed, is certainly a horrifying concept, and therefore, ergo, horror. There is a little bit of blood and guts. By the same token, blood and guts should not be required for a horror film. So, I'm going to put it on the side of horror. Other people may not, if that's not your thing. It is not a blood and gore fest, although there is some nice stuff at the end. But by the same token, you have this ridiculous thing whereby everyone's been brainwashed into this cult. Even effectively, the leader of the cult was brainwashed by the founder some 30-odd years ago. And yet, our shy, timid, scared, weak little 18, 19-year-old heroine stands up to the brainwashing. Of course she does. It didn't come off as credible, didn't come off as believable. Also came off as some of the dumbest ass cult members I've ever seen. Plus, a huge contradiction. So, here's the deal. She clearly, in all of her responses, is not fully brainwashed, right? Okay, but they decided to take it a step further, and they effectively hook her up to what appears to be a lie detector test, which somehow she passes, but then really isn't brainwashed. Total crap. I don't care if the lie detectors aren't reliable in court, blah, blah, blah. This isn't court, okay? You don't present something that people should be, reliable on and useful if it isn't actually used, okay? So yeah, really put off by the writing on this one, as they didn't really think it out very well, and because quite honestly, again, doesn't have to always be an unhappy ending, but if she, if the brainwashing worked and she was all in, I would have been much happier with that. Maybe her dad or her friend shows up and, burns the place to the ground, and she walks back in to die with the rest of her cult buddies or something like that. I don't know. But it just didn't come off as being credible or believable. Alright, it is Pinhead time, and violating all social distancing. I'm holding in my frickin' hand. Pinhead has joined me for this one. I've forgotten him on the last few. So, how many? Well, considering this really just did not hit the mark on anything, and the elements were towards the end, I'm going to have to give it, one Pinhead. Alright, so what did you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section below. I have a sneaky suspicion that I already do know, but nonetheless, if you did spend your time, hey, vent about it.